Alright, so figured I'd make a video today since I'm bored right now and don't really have much of anything to do other than put air in the tire on the van. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Y'all can probably see me though. So yeah, I was in Vegas, didn't have any luck in Vegas. Must say that Vegas is not very friendly to travelers of the van and car sort. However, I did find a place to boondock in Vegas, next to the Strip, in the hood. And the funny thing about the hood in Vegas, nobody really bothers you. Yeah, well, and then I've lived in the hood in D.C., so I'm kind of used to worse hoods. I'm not saying that Vegas ain't got no hood. I'm just saying that their hood isn't like the hood that I came from. So anyway, it was peaceful, and nobody bothered us, and it was quiet, and everything was everything. But yeah, so Vegas. So I tried to make money in Vegas, and I made money in Vegas. I made a lot of money in Vegas. So you would think that things would be somewhat successful from being in Vegas, but they weren't, because the car that I'm riding in right now was the car that I was using to do Postmates with. And it's not my car, although it looks like it could be. It's somebody else's car. And so Cadillac DeVille's only get like 8 miles to the gallon in the city. I don't know what's wrong with this particular car, but it gets 8 miles to the gallon. My DeVille got right around 17 in the city. 16, 17 in the city. But this one only gets 8. So I didn't make any money, because every time I made any money, I had to put gas in this car. And by the time I did the math and calculated exactly how much money in gas I used in about a week's time, it turned out to be close to $300 worth of gas. Just the gas by itself to make the $300. Actually, I made $409 or something like that. So $100 of that probably went to food. The other $300 went to gas for sure. Definitely for sure. Yeah. So, needless to say, I was stuck in Vegas, and it's not that I didn't have any money, but anytime we tried to leave Vegas, it became an issue because we didn't have enough to leave Vegas. Especially with two vehicles, one getting 10 miles to the gallon and the other one just kind of doing whatever it wants to do. My van gets around 10, maybe 11 miles to the gallon. This car it could go anywhere from 6 miles to the gallon to 20 miles to the gallon. It just depends on how the wind is blowing and what the weather's doing. I mean, it kind of has a mind of its own. Should have just drove my van. But anyway, yeah, and that's about the summer things. And so I made it out of Vegas, and now I am back in Phoenix, where the gas prices, that's another thing. If you plan on driving to Vegas, always count on the gas being about 60 cents more than the average price. Because gas in Vegas ranges anywhere from $2.68 a gallon all the way up to $3 a gallon. And the closer you get to California, the worse it is. And in California, in some places, it's $4 a gallon. Just saying. So those are things you might want to watch for if you plan on going in that direction. But yeah, gas killed us. Just trying to keep gas in the car and work at the same time is a pain in the butt. So I managed to escape Vegas, and we're back in Phoenix, and I got both vehicles with me, and I almost had to sell my van because we didn't have the gas to get out of Vegas, which, man, I did not want to sell my van. I was going through it for all of a whole week. I was going through it, and because it took me, literally, it took me. Now, I've had vans. I've had a lot of vans. I've had 143 cars, 144 cars. But the rarest of the rare out of all of those cars have been my vans. Now, I've had a lot of vans, but I've only had a few vans that have had no windows in the back. I don't know. Y'all can't see that. Yeah, well, there's no windows in the back of my van. Just take my word for it. And this one doesn't have any windows in the back at all. In fact, I was thinking about taking the sliding door and swapping it out for a sliding door without a window, because that's literally the only window in the van. And yeah, those are very hard to come by. In fact, it took me from 2003 to now to get another one. Once again, I've had a lot of vans, just not a lot of vans with no windows in them that were running and driving in decent shape. Because what happens is people use them up because they're cargo vans, and you know, at the time, I guess a lot of people was doing this, but they weren't doing it like we're doing it now. So it's very hard to find the 70s or early 80s van, no fuel injection, with a 400 transmission with no windows, which is generally what I was looking for, but I was hoping I could get an inline 6 version so the gas mileage could be a little bit better, because the last one I had was an inline 6 and it was a 3-speed on the column with a stick, and this tow truck is about to hit us. Okay. And no, he didn't hit us. But anyway, so yeah, that happened, and like I said, I'm in Phoenix. I'm going to try to make some money, and we're going to head to Texas. That's the next stop on the list if this car makes it to Texas. Found out yesterday her car has a little transmission problem, and I've been debating on whether to take it apart and put new seals in it, or whether we should just get a whole nother car, because I think it might be the inner seal. I haven't pulled the wheel off of it today to find out if it's an axle seal. But if it's the inner seal, it's not that I can't pull the transmission out and fix the problem. The problem is we don't have nowhere to pull it out and fix it at. Unless somebody in Phoenix wants to help us out with a place to work on our stuff, because the van needs a couple of things too that I don't want to pull it apart in the Walmart parking lot. But I will. So yeah, that's the summer things there. And what else is going on? Just heard this really funny song on YouTube called Get Them Cables Out. As many times as I've given a jump to somebody, even this morning somebody asked me for a jump, I gave them a jump. But that song is absolutely priceless. And if you get a chance to check it out, you should check it out. It's hilarious. It's two people, one of them's playing guitar, the other one, I don't know what her deal is, but it's hilarious. And it's a song called Cleopatra's Get Those Cables Out. I think that's what it's called. The jumper cable song. I don't think I've laughed that hard in a long time. But anyway, so yeah, there's that. And then what else is going on? Supposed to be going out to Ehrenberg after we leave here, and then we're going to Texas. Going to Ehrenberg to do something that I don't know if I should say what I'm doing yet or not, but I'm definitely going to say what I'm doing, unlike me showing the other person that isn't in here right now on the video, which is coming soon too. I don't know why they want to hide themselves from the people on the camera at the place, but whatever, it doesn't matter. But what I'm doing in Ehrenberg is going to be a lot of fun, should be a lot of fun, and it should be interesting. Should definitely be interesting, if nothing else. Look forward to Ehrenberg. Definitely look forward to that. But that's probably a few days out. I'll probably make another video between now and then, maybe on the way there, or who knows what. But this is like my second flat tire on this van. The first flat tire happened last week on the way to Havasu, where the tire just randomly blew out, and it's a new tire too. New tire. It just randomly blew out. Needless to say, I had an old tire in the back of the van, but it wasn't mounted on the rim, so I had to break it down with a screwdriver and a hammer and some oil and do it the old-fashioned way. And I wanted to get that on camera, but it was like 9 o'clock at night when it happened, so it was dark out already. But I really wanted to get that on camera. If I have to bust another tile off a rim and put another tile on a rim, I'm going to get it on camera for y'all. This is kind of like doing a bicycle wheel, but much more of a pain in the butt. But it's fun to watch when you don't have to, when you can sit in the luxury of your own home, car, van, or whatever you might be in. It's fun to watch other people struggle. I get it. I get it. If I could look back at it, I'd probably get a kick out of it myself. But yeah, so she helped me do that, and I put the towel on the rim by hand, like they used to do back in the way backs. And needless to say, my knuckles is all busted up from it, and slowly healing. Then while I was in Vegas, this is something else that happened. So I was working, and when you become rich enough to stick a pond with fish in front of your house, but you're not rich enough to put the address on the house or directions on how to get to the front door, this might happen. So this guy didn't have an entrance to his house. He had 2 garage doors and no address. I show up at his house, and the house had no front door, no address, but I knew it was the right house. So I went to the right house. I walked up through the back, and it had these big concrete blocks, slabs kind of, like, I guess it was supposed to be some sort of walkway, one of them fancy ones. And I get all the way around the back of the damn house, and it's dark outside. Now, I'm blind in one eye. I can't see in one eye. Not completely can't see, but some days it's better than others. And at nighttime, you can forget it. It's like riding with Mr. Magoo. So, which is why I'm in the passenger seat right now. But, so, I go back in the back, and I see the door. It's 3 different doors. 3 different doors. One on my left, one on my right, and one straight ahead. I said, well, one of these doors has to be something. So I walk on the big blocks, thinking that maybe there was something, because it looked like it was granite in the middle. You know, like somebody had made a design out of the blocks or whatever you're supposed to walk on or whatever. And, you know, it'd be something solid to step on in the middle. Well, it wasn't nothing solid. In fact, it was water in the middle. Yes, it was water with fish. There was fish in the water, in the middle, in the pond, at the place with the people that had the stuff that I needed to give to them for year. And needless to say, I missed the block by about an inch, thinking that I was just going to step on some solid ground. But these people were extra rich, so they had to booby trap their front door, 3 front doors, with water and goldfish. Didn't say no warning in the thing on Postmates about the fish and the water. Didn't have no warning of where the front door may be. Didn't have no warning of how to navigate the blocks in the water. Nope, none of that. And in the process of that, I go for the front door, not being able to see what the hell I'm doing. And in the water I went, food and all. Needless to say, they got their food. I made sure they got their food. Oh yeah, I was pissed. Oh, was I pissed? I was pissed. I was bad off. And not only that, but my clothes were wet, and I needed to wash clothes anyway, but I didn't plan on washing clothes right then and there because I just put those clothes on and they were fairly clean. And so the money that I made from that had to go to washing clothes and gas back in the car again so I could go wash clothes. That held us back another day or two. So, yeah, that happened. Ended up in a pond. I'm pretty sure I killed a few of the fish. Especially since there was one in my pants. And I don't even know how it got there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like fish in my pants and everything, but I like a different kind of fish in my pants. So, anyway, that happened. And we ended up leaving. We came out here and we made money last night. And then we found out her transmission's acting up. And now I'm just rambling on as usual. And this morning when I got up, a guy needed a jump. And so I gave him a jump. And then I noticed my tire was somewhat flat, which I'm about to get the air pump out and put some air in it. And hope that it holds long enough to make some money to possibly get some tires. Also, if anybody wants to buy a Cadillac, I'm selling this Cadillac here for, I don't know, I'll give you the YouTube price, $1,500. It's not a bad car. Car's great, but it's got some sort of transmission issue. Now, it still shifts and everything. It's fine. It's still drivable. I trust it to go anywhere. Transmission makes a noise, so I don't know what that's about. I'm almost sure it's got a bad seal in it because the fluid's leaking out. We put fluid in it last night, and it hadn't made that noise since. So today, hopefully, I can get the seal off, or maybe not today, maybe tomorrow. I told you my fingers is all busted up from doing the tire. But maybe not today, but maybe tomorrow I can pull this thing apart and fix the seal. At least that'll be fixed. But yeah, it's for sale. Gonna probably put it on Facebook, maybe Craigslist, and see what we can come up with. I don't know how much she planned on getting for it, for sure. Be an easy sell if we was in DC right now. But I don't know about out here. These folk don't look like Cadillac folk. So I guess we'll see how that goes. And what else? I'm sure I'm forgetting something. I forget something every time I make one of these damn videos. My brain is slowly turning to mush, and I believe something might be wrong with me. But that's a whole nother subject. Damn, I can't remember. I was making this video with a purpose, but I don't remember what it was. But at least you're getting the update, and I guess that's really all that matters. And y'all know that I'm still alive for the people who care about me, and even for the people who don't care about me, I'm still here. And if you like this video, then you should like this video and you should share this video. And if you don't like this video, you should still like this video and you should still share this video. And if you haven't subscribed already, you should subscribe, even if you don't like the video. Ain't this nothing? See, she talk about how she don't want to be in the video, and then she purposely makes herself in the video not knowing that she's making herself in the video. Anyway, so yeah. And yeah. So like and subscribe and unsubscribe. No, don't unsubscribe. Just subscribe. Subscribe. And yeah, I'll make another video when the time is right. And hopefully we can make it from here to Ehrenberg to do the thing at the place with the guy and the people and stuff. I really need to go get this hair off of my face now. I look like I live in a van. I will talk to y'all later. I'm thinking that maybe I'll go with the Bob Wills look. You know, I'll just grow it out. I'm already turning gray. Why not? You know, anyway. Like, subscribe, comment, do your thing, and yeah.